Good morning and Happy New Year. Greetings from sunny Orlando, although right now it's not sunny because it's still dark. I wanted to begin with a very special announcement. I've been thinking about this for a long time, and I just wanted to let you know first of my plans here. And the plan is that I intend to buy Greenland. Just wanted you to hear it first. I know Greenland isn't for sale. I know that the people of Greenland don't want to be acquired. But you know what? I'm going to buy them anyway. I'm going to announce that I'm going to buy Greenland. And as ridiculous as it sounds coming out of my mouth, it's just as ridiculous coming out of Trump's mouth. Can't buy something that's not for sale. And contrary to what these MAGA think, not everything is for sale. Not everybody has a price. So this has been a particularly rage-making couple of weeks. This week in particular, there's a lot of things that I and you and decent people in the country are very, very angry about and should be very angry about. We're going to get into that on the show tonight, I'm sure. Stephanie Koff, aka LB, and I back tonight with a live episode of the 5-8 at 8 p.m. Eastern, when I'm going to be more angry, I think, or at least express my rage more than I'm going to do it here this morning. But I just want to point out how preposterous these people are. Yes, they're doing horrible things, and I don't want to minimize that at all. And I don't think I have been. I think I've been very, very on the vanguard of pointing out all of the horrible things they intend to do and that they're doing. At the same time, these people are a joke. Trump is a joke. And one of the problems I think that the press is having now, it's almost like they're realizing it in real time, is that they cannot treat what he's doing seriously. They can't do it. I mean, they're trying so hard to, make his actions in Venezuela or whatever seem like this dignified, statesman-like policy, and it's not. He's just making shit up as he goes. There's no policy. There's no plan. There's no Don Road doctrine. It's all bullshit. I think he's in a room with maybe a dozen people, all of whom have separate, overlapping, but separate agendas, and they're all yowling at him for attention. And he just kind of spins the wheel in his addled brain and does whatever person B says today. But maybe tomorrow it'll be person F, and maybe the day after that it'll be person Q. With these people, it's often person Q, isn't it? I mean, look at Marco Rubio. Like, how many jobs can one human have? It's almost comical, right? He's the Department of State head. He's the National Security Advisor. He's running NARA, the archives, the National Archives. He's running USAID, which I guess is an easy job now since they disbanded it, to our shame, to our everlasting shame. And now I guess he's also the viceroy of Venezuela. And he's a husband, and he's got 7 kids or whatever. And his parents that we know about. Oh, and his brother-in-law, the guy who was born in Cuba, came to the United States and was a dealer in narcotics and spent a lot of time in prison, i.e. the exact sort of person that ICE is supposed to be rooting out and deporting. Anyway, don't get me started with the hypocrisy there. Marco Rubio, there's nobody else. There's nobody else. He's the only one there that isn't even remotely competent. That's why, Trump throws these jobs at him. He's doing the same thing as Jared did in the first term, right? Give it to Jared. Now Jared's like, I'm out, dude. I'm out. I have my plunder. I'm out. So the guy that's got to step up to the plate is Rubio. And Rubio is he's a joke. And in fact, I was thinking about it, and you can go through the administration, right? All these people in the cabinet and around him, and they basically fall into 4 categories. And of course, these categories do overlap, and there's probably others, but everybody that works there for Trump is either psycho, thief, clown, or whore. All of them, Like you look at JD Vance. I mean, We should just laugh at JD Vance every time he opens his mouth. Every time he tries to get serious with that ridiculous beard of his, just just laugh at him because he's a clown. He's also a whore. He's a clown trying to be a whore. It just doesn't work, you know. Uh, all of the people you can spin through. You know, there's a lot of thieves. All the like Besant and Lutnick and those money guys, they're all thieves. Stephen Miller is a psycho. Kristi Noem is a psycho and a whore, I think. You know, it's just people will do anything. You know, Rubio's a whore. He just is. He's just going to do whatever it takes. JD Vance going to do whatever it takes. Whatever Trump tells him to do, he's going to do. You know, he's sold out his soul in order to serve this horrible person, one of the worst people that ever drew breath. And that's what I mean by whore. I don't mean anything to do with sex work at all. You know, to me, whore means someone who sells out their basic principles for very little and to do something really awful. That's what a whore is to me. One last thing, speaking of jokes, you know, Tulsi Gabbard is the director of national intelligence, which is, you know, DNI. And apparently they're not inviting her to any of these meetings that they have involving anything foreign policy related. So they say the joke is that DNI stands for do not invite. I guess even in the Trump organization, even among the cabinet members, they know Tulsi is some sort of, you know, pipeline to the Kremlin. So it's all very funny. Psycho, thief, clown, whore. You can go through and make a, you know, you could play a drinking game out of it. You know, whatever you want to do. It is funny, and I don't think we should lose sight of the fact that these people are clowns and should be mocked, shamed, and laughed at until the end of time. That doesn't make what they're doing any less serious and any less evil. And doesn't mean we shouldn't do everything in our power to stop it immediately and forever, but they're still clowns and they should still be laughed at. And the media trying so desperately to make Trump seem like a normal president and that his actions have any basis in reality of historical precedent or whatever. That's funny too. It's just funny watching the New York Times trip over themselves trying to come up with a way to spin Trump and Vance and Carolyn Levitt lying about a woman getting shot in the face by a fucking Nazi. I don't know, you know, it's funny and it's sad and it's horrifying. And that's where we are in the United States right now. 2026, the 250th anniversary of the birth of this nation, is either going to be the year that the United States descends permanently into fascism and this government and the society that we built is going to collapse, or 2026 is going to be the year that we shall prevail.